Hi bright souls, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. This is Ascension to Love with Alice, a return to union, and we are going to be looking at the weekly energy forecast for Sunday the 2nd of August through to Saturday the 8th of August. So we've got two things happening in this week. We've got a full moon in Aquarius happening tomorrow on the 3rd, and we've also got Lionsgateway, or the compounded energy of Lionsgateway, on the 8/8 portal. Lionsgate runs for a lot longer than just the one day. It starts building at the end of July, usually around the 26th or so, but this year, we're recording this in 2020, and this year it's been coming since the sun moved into Leo, really. So around the 21st, 22nd, and that energy is gonna actually run through all the way through to the sun moving into Virgo. But usually it is only around the 26th to the 12th. Culminating on the 8th. So we've got those two things happening in this week. So it's going to be really interesting to see what is going to come forward. We're going to look at the themes of the week. We're going to look at the divine masculine, divine feminine, what's showing up in their world, their inner world, their outer world, what they are both releasing and what they are bringing in with both the moon, the full moon happening, and Lionsgate. So I'm really excited to get started. So let's crack on. I think if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. Do make sure you hit the like, subscribe and notification bell so that you get updated on whenever new videos are released on YouTube. Same on Facebook as well. I have a channel, if you do wish to follow it, called Ascension to Love with Alice. So let's get started. So we're going to call in all angels, guides, ascended masters of unconditional love and light. Anyone that is here helping us get some clarity, get some inspiration, get aligned this week. Let's have you forward. Who have we got here supporting? Let's get a theme coming out. Thank you so much. Starting it off strong, I see. We've got the Holy Spirit jumping straight out. Expect miracles. So we've got that as a theme coming in for the week. Remember that only love is real. I love this caption. Only love is real. This is such an important message, you guys. I mean, there's that phrase, right? You know, as within, so without. You know, fear is false evidence appearing real. And when we actually really understand what that means, then you know, or you can start to understand that, you know, every day is a fresh blank slate. Every day you get to choose love over and over and over again. And every day you bring something back from maybe the past or somewhere else that isn't based in love. You are actually bringing in fear. So what this is saying is, you know, this is a time, this week there's going to be some massive shifts, not just on Lionsgate itself, but actually tomorrow, like from now, really. But miracles occur naturally. That is just the way of the world when we are aligned in our spiritual divine essence. Miracles just occur naturally. So let's have a look at what other things we've got showing up this week. Starkeeper, absolutely. So Lionsgate, and there is a separate video on Lionsgate that you can watch. But we've got the Starkeeper card coming out now. Lionsgate is a Syrian gateway. So the stars, the Sirius stars, is when they're close to the earth. They're really it's all in alignment, and it's this massive gateway, this massive portal coming in. So this is a time for star seeds. This is a time for jump shifts in consciousness, jump shifts in timelines, things like that. So we've got expect miracles, and we've got Starkeeper coming in, cosmic ancestor. Look at this archway here, and this is Syrian blue. This is Syrian blue. Right, so make sure that we stay grounded. And let's just get one final card for the theme here of this week. What else have we got coming in, you guys? Let's have a little look here. What else is coming in for us? Could you get a more powerful start? I'm not even being funny. Can you get a more powerful start than this? Look, expect miracles, Starkeeper, and powerful change. Guys, this is the time that if you want to be in a different frequency, different vibration, if you want to be embodying that unconditional love, because unconditional love is not an action, it's a state of being. It is a state of being, right? And to get there and for everything to come into your reality how you want it, it's all about that alignment of energy, right? And just that disinvitation, right? You know, we want to uninvite anything that's lower and only create space and only hold the space for the miraculous, high energy, high frequency, divine love and light. Look at that. Hold your vision on the bottom of the deck there. So that's we started that with a bang. So right, let's have a little look. See, let's get started and let's find out what the divine feminine. Let's have a look at what the divine feminine is feeling this week in her inner world. So what's the divine feminine feeling in her inner world? Let's have a little look. We've got the King of Cups, we've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and we've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. And look at that, we've got Temperance on the bottom of the deck here. Whew. There is a lot of energy coming in. This is about mastery of emotions, right? You know, this is about mastery of emotions. And what's really, really interesting here, and it's that spiritual discipline as well. She's been working really, really hard here. I'm just going to turn these reversals around just so I can see them properly. Generally speaking, I don't really read reversals normally. I always turn them around just because the message comes through anyway. But what's really, really interesting here is we've got the King of Cups coming in with the Ace of Pentacles, which is a side new opportunity, and everything like that. And then we've got the Eight of Swords here, and it's kind of like being blinded by the ego, but this energy was coming in the other way around, right? And this is like the release of the ego. This is what it feels like. It's like she's making major shifts here. Like she's releasing that fear aspect. She's leading the pace here. Let's have a look. Let's just get a card of. Let's just get an oracle card here, a dragon card, and let's just see if that's accurate. If we can have a theme for this. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. And water dragon, connecting you to the higher frequencies. Look at this, trust and intuition, developing psychic abilities. That's where she's been, that's where she's at. She's loving this week because there is so much energy coming in. There's so much energy coming in, there's nothing to do but thrive here. And it's, you know, it's that fluidity of that water, right? And it's that inspiration coming through. I absolutely love this. It's that inspiration coming through. Now, normally you guys, when I read divine masculine, divine feminine, I do tend to say, you know, look at that from within, right? Look at that from within and actually look at the two different sides of yourself, of your being, because we have divine masculine and feminine within us both. And the whole point of everything, especially if you are a twin flame watching this, is that it's about that union within, right? Because when you have that union within, it can show up without. It can show up in your external world. So let's have a look at what the divine masculine is feeling this week in his inner world. We've got the Five of Wands, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and we've got the Page of Swords, and the first two in reverse. So we've got so the confusion's coming, the confusion's getting gone. That's good words. You know, the conflict amongst people, amongst passions, like the which way do I go energy, that's disappearing, right? That's disappearing this week, you know. What have we got coming in here? Let's actually have a look. Let's pull a card and just get a bit of clarity on the overall energy coming in for the divine masculine in his inner world. Is he releasing here? What are we releasing? Bring forward soul wisdom. Okay. Absolutely. It's like he's got a new burst of inspiration here. It's like he's got a new burst of inspiration and a different thought pattern of which way to go. You know, he's been very career focused before, but this week that's not the priority, right? This week that is not the priority for him. He's trying to navigate through a little bit of internal conflict, and with all the energies coming in, he's managing that. And, you know, he stands here as the Page of Swords, like kind of at the start of those court cards coming in, and he might not know which way is which, right? But, you know, he's got that inspiration coming through, which is incredible, you know? Yeah, he's got what he needs. He's got what he needs. Look at this. The soul wisdom is coming through. The soul wisdom's definitely coming through for him this week. So that's an incredible start. We're starting to get alignment here coming through, right? That's soul wisdom. Let's have a little look at what's showing up in the outer world of the divine feminine this week. We'll actually pull a card as well, I think, you guys. We're going to pull a card in a sec on the effects of the full moon on the divine feminine, the effects of the full moon on the masculine. But for right now, let's have a look at how it's showing up. How is the divine feminine showing up in her outer world this week? We've got the Nine of Cups. We've got the Four of Cups. We've got the Four of Swords. This is the end of that solo time on her own. She's starting to socialize again. You know, Nine of Cups energy is, generally speaking, Nine energy is very much about that individual journey, that, you know, that you're doing it solo. You just have to spend that time together. And the Four of Swords is like that as well. The Four of Swords is very much about that kind of like that rest period, that kind of, you know, do the meditations and just kind of be in your own energy and things like that. But look here, she's like, we've got the Four of Cups in the middle, and it's like receiving that that light from source. She's like drinking from source's cup here, you know, from the divine cup. And what's really incredible is that it feels like, and we've got two fours coming in as well, but it feels very much like we've got that she's ready to actually show up now. She's like, she's done so much of the work, right? She's done so much of the work here. She's so aligned with spirituality, with everything happening cosmically, that, you know, it's time to actually take that forward. You know, it's time to take that forward. What, do you have a clarifier? Let's see if we've got a theme here for the, actually, what theme do we have for the Divine Feminine and her outer world this week? How's she showing up in her outer world this week? Look at that. Brings you wisdom through your spiritual discipline. Black Dragon from Saturn. Oh my gosh, and look what planet's up here. Is that Saturn? I think it is. You know, it's like the past few weeks for the Divine Feminine. She's been on this solo mission, right? She's been within, she's been spending that time figuring stuff out, doing the lessons, doing all of that. And now she's passed the test. She's like, she's done it. She's mastered the trials and tribulations that she's gone through. And now she can show up again in the world. Now she just knows exactly how to access that light energy to keep her moving forward rather than staying stagnant. Because the thing is there is a time for that rest period, there is a time for that, but now it's like she's moving into that action, that inspired action, that creation, that creative action, right? It's as though she's actually utilizing all of that which she has fine-tuned over the past few weeks to actually really go forward with it and meet her masculine here. So it'll be really interesting to see how the masculine is showing up in his outer world this week. How's the masculine, divine masculine, showing up in his outer world this week, you guys? We've got the Five of Pentacles, we've got the Two of Swords, and we've got the Eight of Cups, the Two of Swords and Eight of Cups in reverse. So it feels like there's some end of, like, it feels like conflict is ending here, right? It feels like there's been like a conflict of the mind, like there's been, you know, normally the Two of Swords is that conflict, right? It's like, which way do we go? You know, torn between two different decisions, you know, and it feels like there's a lot of money issues or money worries kind of coming forward here. But the way that this is panning out, it's as though that there has been a decision that needs making, and money might have been keeping this person. Like if you are a twin flame and you are watching this for a divine counterpart and your counterpart is with a third party, it feels like this might be the energy showing up in the outer world that's actually going to give the Divine Feminine a little bit of hope here, because, you know, he's recognizing that, you know, his money situation isn't as stable as what he thought. There's worries around that, but the worries have derived from this indecision of which way to go, right? Just trying to survive, you know? And these two energies in reverse is like that clarity is now coming through, right? That clarity is coming through. Not only that, but, you know, they don't want to stay in that situation. So this may be a reach out, you know, this may be a reach out coming forward here, which is really, really reassuring, I think, for the Divine Feminine, because the feminine can sometimes feel like she's the one doing the work, and that's not at all how it is, right? You know, they both do the work. It just shows up in different ways, you know? But yeah, this clarity might be coming through because it feels like, you know, they can no longer pretend that nothing is wrong, right? That's the energy that's been coming through. They've been pretending that nothing is wrong, especially around finances, you know, and that situation, whatever situation they're in, but they can't pretend any longer. You know, they can't pretend it's not fulfilling. They've got to change the situation, right? Let's have a look and see what the overall energy is for that divine masculine. Fire dragon, yeah, they're trying so hard right now to burn up the lower energies around, you know. They need a little bit of assistance, feeling safe and protected, because all this energy coming in for them. For the divine feminine, that's normal, right? For the divine feminine, she knows exactly how to deal with that, because that's how she communicates, is in energy. That's the feminine way of doing things, is that receiving of energy. But the masculine is all about action, right? It's all about action, that stability, that security. So the masculine could be showing up, having a bit of duality showing up this week, right? As all this energy is coming through and he's receiving it because he's divine feminine within as well, right? Within that person, within your person. But it could be showing up in a distorted state for the masculine this week, because there's a lot of lower energies and blueprints, and like the distorted patriarchy that is around in the world it's time for that to fall, and that's out of the masculine's comfort zone, right? That's out of the masculine's comfort zone. So this week is going to be a very, very, very powerful week, and you've got to remind the masculine, whether you're watching this for within, for your own dynamic, or whether you're watching this for an external dynamic and a counterpart, a beloved counterpart. You could have a few wobbles right now. Which direction am I going? Worries about not feeling stable and secure enough, and things like that, you know. But you just gotta call in the fire dragons. You just gotta trust and have that faith, right? And it can be hard to do that, but that's where the feminine's got to hold his hand a little bit here. You know, that's where the feminine's got to just show him. You know, let's have a look. I want to see what the full moon, what the effect of the full moon is going to have on the divine feminine. Like so full moons are all about releasing. So it's full moon in Aquarius, which is all about liberation this week. And this is on the 3rd. But the portal is open, like a few days either side. So that energy is still here and they're feeling it. So how is the full moon going to impact the divine feminine this week? Devotion. She's committing, you guys. The divine feminine is committing to her masculine. She's committing to herself. Herself first and foremost. Her values, you know. She's clear. This full moon is releasing any fogginess for her, you know, and it's going to give her direction in order to lead the way, right? How's the full moon going to affect the divine masculine this week? Joy. It's going to clear the space. That full moon's going to clear the space for this masculine to actually experience joy. How this is showing up, the fire dragon energy, it's going to clear that space for that joy frequency to come through. And the thing is that, you know, and this is what the masculine can sometimes struggle with, but that energy has to come forward, right? Any shadow energies which can bring that duality, they have to come forward for the masculine, the usual way that the masculine processes things. Like the feminine, generally speaking, is a little bit more quicker to just bring it through and transmute it straight away, because the feminine, like I say, she receives that energy. It's like that chalice, right? It comes in and it flows through. Whereas the masculine, sometimes it can often get stuck, and the fire dragons need calling in here, that energy here of the fire to burn it up all around. It's going to help clear that space for joy to come through and that frequency to rise. So he may have a wobble this week. There may be duality this week for him in his external world and how people and events and situations and everyone shows up. So, you know, just be wary of that, and just know that you are safe, that he is safe, and it's just uncharted territory for him. But in order to get to this joy frequency, you know, that's exactly what needs to happen here, right? That, you know, in order to get to that joy frequency, everything else has to kind of cleanse, right? It has to be cleansed in that fire, right? Now, I want to know what's going to happen around Lionsgate for the divine masculine and divine feminine. Let's see if we've got, I'm drawn to this deck here. Ooh, okay. How's Lionsgate, how's the 8-8 portal going to impact the divine feminine? Ooh, just one card, you guys. How's the Lionsgate portal, the 8-8 portal, going to impact the divine feminine this week? Thank you. Cosmic Gateway. She's just ready. You know, once again, we've got miracles happening. Divine feminine, this week for you, like your life is going to be different after the end of this week, Your life is going to be so different after the end of this week, Divine Feminine, because you are utilizing the full effects of this cosmic gateway, and it's like nothing that you've been through before. You know, this particular Lion's Gateway is more powerful for you than it has been in the previous years, you know? And she gets that, and that's why, you know, we've got the King of Cups showing up here, right? That's why we've got all this spiritual discipline showing up. We've got the Holy Spirit showing up, expect miracles, cosmic gateway. She's going to utilize that time and really, really jump shift. Oh, it's a powerful week, especially for the feminine. Divine Masculine, how is the Lion's Gateway, the 8-8 portal, going to be impacting the Divine Masculine? Thank you. Devotion. Look at this. Look at this, you guys. Synchronicity, as I said, they're showing up to to help each other. Look at this. Devotion, devotion. You cannot make this up, you guys. He's learning about love this week. That love, that joy frequency, that love and joy vibration. He's learning about that this week. And especially with that Lion's Gateway, it's already started to have an impact on him. Since Leo came into season, it's already started having that shift of energy for him. And he has been reaching out, right? He has been stepping forward, stepping up. Whatever that looks like, it shows up differently for different people, but that devotion to himself, that devotion to spirituality, to that balance, that unity, that's being recognized this week. That's being recognized. That love is going to come through so much for him, and it's going to be an incredible thing for both parts of you. That when you've got devotion, when you've got the synchronicity showing up in both sides, this is when union can start to happen, right? You know, this is when union can start to happen. And what I love about this is that, you know, this week maybe a little bit wobbly for him on the external world, but at the end of the Lion's Gateway, which is on the 8th, which is on the Saturday, you know, his commitment has been recognized and he's loved unconditionally, and he gets that. He sees that. He sees that. So if we could get one final card, let's pull one final card for guidance for this week. For both the Divine Masculine and Feminine together, what would it be? If we had one card as guidance, thank you. Look at the bigger picture. That's Sagittarius energy, which is fire energy again. Sagittarius is fire. Look at the bigger picture, right? It's looking past this week, looking into the future. The bigger picture is that, okay, you're here right now. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, you're here right now. What's the bigger picture? What can we shift? How can it be? You know, if there are things going on that are not resonating with you, that don't feel like, you know, that feel uncomfortable, that feel resistant, take yourself away from it. Take yourself away. Take that step back. And look at the big picture and go, okay, where am I actually going? This time right now is going to be the starting footsteps to the rest of life, right? The rest of the journey. Yeah, 2 cards waiting to come out here. Got the Cosmic Heart, Devotion. Can you see that, you guys? Devotion coming out again. And Star Ancestors, that lost wisdom. We've got wisdom coming up in these cards. Wisdom coming up in these cards on both sides. This is a massive, massive time for both feminine, masculine energies. This is a time when that union can come through. That golden children. Get back to that innocence, right? Allow the fire dragon to burn up anything that's not of that joy frequency, that's not of that love frequency. You know, he's remembering, she's remembering, they're both remembering ancient wisdom from past lives, especially, you know, since Atlantis fell and we reincarnated, then we went to Egypt and all of that, you know, that all the knowledge from all those lifetimes are coming through this week. And, you know, it's really interesting because, you know, the pyramids, they were built in alignment, right? You know, for eons, we've been working with the Lion's Gateway energy, right? Eons, since Atlantean times, which means that ancient Egypt came after Atlantean times, right? You know, that was our do-over. And, you know, the pyramids were placed there in alignment in alignment with those stars, right? And look, they're coming out again here. It's all this ancient knowledge is just ready and waiting to be received again, to be remembered again. So when we say look at the bigger picture, this isn't just about this one lifetime. This is about everything. This is about making your life a moving prayer. This is about the cosmic heart. This specific Lionsgateway in 2020, this is about activating and connecting on the higher frequency, the minimum fifth dimensional frequency of the heart chakra, which is the cosmic heart, the ascended version of the heart chakra. And that's connecting 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Orion's belt, pyramids. Wow, you guys. This is a powerful week for everyone. So make sure you've got your goals. Make sure you spend some time this week just like thinking about what it is that you want to release, what it is that you want, like, and don't get too specific, right? Don't tell the universe the exact what and things like that. It's how do you want to feel? Uplifted, joy, love, right? How do you want to feel? Put that there, put that out there, place your order with the universe, and then just give them the time to bring it through, because right now this is when it's going to happen, right? It's powerful change happening. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. If you are interested in booking any sessions or getting any further information on a one-to-one or anything like that, I do Akashic healings, which work specifically in your Akashic records where your soul, past lives, future lives, karma is all held. If you want to shift that once and for all, do reach out to me. The info is going to be in the link in the notes at the bottom of this video. Do subscribe and share if this resonates with you. Let me know, what are you feeling this week? What released for you in this full moon? What is shifting for you? How have the past few weeks been? I want to know. I want to hear about it. I do read all the comments. I reply to all the comments, and it literally fills my heart and brings me so much joy to see how this information impacts everyone. So thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful and magical Lionsgateway. And I will see you next week for another weekly update. Mwah, all my love.